So, what's up with Phnom Penh street food? I'm not the biggest fan of street food. I'm no Anthony Bourdain, but I give it the college try at least once per culinarily significant region. And to that end, I did both a breakfast and dinner street food tour by Lost Plate because they were extremely highly recommended in the New York Times. And of course, I also walked around a bit solo and went to more than a few local markets. So let's get up early. What's for breakfast in PP? This is what I saw walking along Okna Tri Heng Street 2011, a middle class neighborhood on the outskirts at 7 in the morning. Coconut rice, a sweet, sticky, starchy start to the day. Of course, various grilled meats and fish. We know in Asia they don't have the same ideas about breakfast and dinner meats and fish. Sweets. Coconut, sesame, peanut, pandan are all popular flavors. How could I resist? Bananas and lotus flowers, these are more for the temples than the people. Of course, you have to get your butchered meats while you buy breakfast. Don't want it sitting in the sun. Vietnamese style Phin coffee, thank God. I abandoned my plan to slam back 2 cans of Nestle lattes from 7-Eleven immediately when I saw this. 2,500 Cambodian riel is around 63 US cents. This stand cracked me up. Donuts, beer, and energy drinks. Okay. This is a more classic, luxuriant breakfast. Tea, eggs, grilled meat, and rice. More Cambodian bakery items. We've got fried bananas, taro cakes, sesame donuts, etc. Of course, soft, fluffy buns. The breakfast food tour was 40 US dollars. Let me kill the suspense. Nah. We started out at Sri Noodles, supposedly an institution, a quite old fashioned noodle shop that's been in business for over a decade. They serve strong filter coffee with a bit of condensed milk, very light, weak free tea, and a bowl of honestly bland, generic Southeast Asian breakfast noodles. Rice vermicelli, pork, veg, boring taste, no matter what you concocted to put in it. I guess it's fine. It's breakfast. We got some classic char kwai and a ban chu sesame donut from this lovely couple between Reach Vong Pharmacy and the phone shop. Then the tour guide walked us through Ang Ang Market, which is visible from the shop down an alley across the street. We just checked out what everyone was selling, took some pictures. If you've never been to an Asian market before, this one is bog standard basic daily ingredients. Of course, due to climate and culture, they have some things we don't have. More and different fruits and veg, even some things we might consider delicacies like skinned frogs. We saw some monks collecting alms, as you do. We could buy snacks if we wanted. It wasn't clear what the tour was supposed to pay for and what we were supposed to pay for out of pocket. The guide bought and assembled a bowl of the most frequently used herbs and spices in Khmer cooking and explained each. I don't cook well enough to just imagine what these things taste like, so this wasn't very helpful for me, but hey, it's a breakfast food tour, not a cooking class. Our next stop was Corner House Rice 292. Our guide told us that this is the place where all the rich kids used to come for breakfast before school. I guess because it's sort of a 3-course meal. You get an iced tea, a little cold pickle salad, a little bit of broth or soup, and rice with some barbecue meat, a tea egg, and some cucumbers. Across the street, I saw some of these tiny little clams that are so popular in Cambodia. They're sun-dried with salt and a lot of chili and onions. I had to try one. I'm 99% sure it gave me the runs. YOLO. Next, we hit up Russian Market. Outside, there were lots of snack sellers. I'm a huge fan of grilled sliced honeycomb as a dessert, especially with ice cream. Eating the whole thing has really grown on me. I ate a really big snake fruit, also called salak or salaka. Before, I'd only had the canned and sugar syrup version. We had barn chow, so a big crepe filled with onions, ground pork, tiny crunchy shrimp, shrimp and bean sprouts. I guess this is supposed to be the local Cambodian version, but honestly, I was a bit annoyed. We were eating a Vietnamese dish. And the tour finished at a bougie coffee place where I got an espresso orange juice drink. To summarize, the food was certainly not worth $40, and it didn't convince me there was anything good or unique about Cambodian food. Upon reflection, we had nothing special and barely anything Khmer. It's true I wouldn't have bothered on my own and wouldn't have gotten these photos, so that's worth something, I suppose, but I was annoyed. The guide was also a college kid who didn't speak English well enough to explain things and didn't know anything whatsoever about cooking or history, so that didn't help. I genuinely can't believe the glowing reviews this company receives for this tour. I think they just don't have any competition. Yeah, on to lunch items. I wanted to visit the ancient capital of Oudong, and up there aren't really a lot of places to have lunch. My driver suggested Pasar Daek, which is about an hour and 15 minutes from Russian Market by car, so well into the villages along the way to Oudoung, but along the modern road. He said it was his favorite market, so of course I obliged, and it was really interesting. For lunch, we had these glutinous rice cakes with veg and dipping sauce, and then bought a bunch of things for the car. I tried palm fruit. It's a little dry. It's a no for me. We bought a bunch of green coffee beans. People here make tea with unroasted coffee beans. I still prefer coffee, but this isn't bad. Dried bale slices, also for the same tea. Paper thin sheets of grilled banana are a very popular snack. They're kind of tear-as-you-go banana chips. Milk fruit is a very popular local fruit. For me, it's just okay. Crispy rice frogs eaten whole, also a very popular snack here. My fave, grilled honeycomb topped with onions and chilies. So good. Various sweet potato and taro fries. Various kinds of dried fish, dried anchovies, dried minnows. More veg and fried rice wrappers. These are called bangkong. It's a rice flour and mung bean batter mixed with minced pork and topped with tiny dried shrimp and then deep fried. An incredibly popular, very crunchy, savory snack. Really big, fist-sized wok fried snails. The fried baby crabs here, I don't get it, not worth the work for me, but people do love them. This one, again, it's a no for me, but this is what they call crab brain. It's obviously mixed with like curry powder, eggs, etc. You can buy huge grilled river fish for very low prices. And of course, the barbecue variety grill. This is sort of tragic. I only found out later they were endangered. I've never eaten them. They are Mekong snail-eating turtles, decorated with ground cherries and mango plums, bags of quail eggs and other soup fixings. This is a traditional dessert, pumpkin cakes topped with palm sugar and coconut cream syrup. Fish amok, of course. This doesn't look like much, all wrapped up in grilling, but it's prahok, which is salted fermented mudfish paste, grilled in banana leaves, and served with fresh veggies and steamed rice as a meal. It's not for everyone. It's probably the most singular Cambodian flavor you can get. And these are lots of little salads and meals packaged for takeaway, which is kind of cool. When it comes to sampling authentic street food, my driver was honestly so clutch, so much better than either the breakfast or dinner tours I took and paid good money for. It makes sense. He's got a Cambodian palate and a Cambodian budget. And when I asked him what he liked, he showed me without worrying if I would like it or not, if it was Western enough or not. On another day trip to the Chiso Mountain Temple, which is also approximately an hour and a half from Phnom Penh, but in the other direction, south, we stopped for, I don't know, I guess brunch at a roadside stand that was one of 5 or 6 outside a factory along the way set up for the workers. On offer were grilled meat, mostly, including a couple types of handmade sausage and big stuffed frogs. The sausage were so good, so interesting. They were dipped into some sort of crisp sugar, like a sort of sausage tanghulu. And even when grilled, it had a bit of crunch. And all the stands also sell groceries to take home that are very local, very interesting, including caramelized palm sugar paste and tons of fermented stuff: shrimp, fish, coconut, bamboo, mixed vegetables, giant ants and their eggs. I bought the palm sugar paste. For reference, these big jars cost around $3 US. And out there is the first time I noticed it, but once you see it, you'll see it everywhere. Shaved ice is an incredibly popular treat in Cambodia. And these antique, I'm assuming World War II or earlier, Japanese shaved ice machines are everywhere. The 80-ish US dollar Lost Plate dinner tour, while still ludicrously priced for the quality, was marginally better. First, we hit up a place literally called Khmer Noodle Restaurant. They serve two types of traditional noodles there. One, kind of ironically, called Nam Ban Chok Siem Rip, so slightly fermented rice noodles in a mostly clear soup with a bit of veg that you can touch up with some fish sauce. And Nam Ban Chok Samlor curry with chicken. So a coconut cream based yellow red curry with lemongrass, turmeric, maybe a touch of prahok. They were okay. They were interesting. I wouldn't go back, but I was happy to have tasted what I suppose is the definitive standard of this dish. Next, we hit up a popular local bun chiv place. It was fine, not exceptional. As I said before, a Vietnamese dish. I've had it a million times already, and I didn't appreciate the same dish being featured on the breakfast and dinner tours. Next up was the highlight of the evening, the creepy crawly stand. They open up in the evenings only across from the electric substation. They've got peanuts, water bugs, silkworms, swallows, anchovies or other little tiny dried fish, shrimp, hornets, ants, a couple different kinds of grasshoppers, rice frogs, cockroaches, I think, and the king of all creepy crawly critters, tarantulas. First, I tried a barbecue grasshopper. It was not bad. Spicy and sweet flavors are very popular in Cambodia. And in addition to the flavorings the bugs are cooked with, a couple different flavor powders are also available for sprinkling on and shaking in a bag. I wouldn't be me if I didn't try the tarantula. I thought it would be easiest to start with a leg, but quickly went for the body. Honestly, it tastes more than a bit like chicken liver. And out of the couple bugs I've tried here and elsewhere in the world, this was actually my favorite. Next up was a banh mi place called the Siem Reap Pork Kwai Bakery. This is apparently the fanciest banh mi place in town. The sandwich was fine, but it really had me questioning, how many Vietnamese dishes was I going to be eating? Obviously, there's some overlap, but come on. We quickly walked through the night market around Street 440, so right outside Russian Market. Wow, if you need the most big, beautiful fruits, the tastiest fried rice, the freshest fish and eggs, this is the spot. Of course, they have snack stands too, fried veggies, roasted duck and chicken. The most popular barbecue shop is outside the Whole Core Power Tools store, obviously closed for the evening on Street 163. According to the tour guide, the butthole is considered the most delicious part of the barbecue chicken. If he was fucking with us, I genuinely did not detect it. I asked him if he was serious, and he swore he was. Did I try it? You know I did. Was it the best? You know it wasn't. Our big luxury stop, I guess, was, I don't know, I think it's called the Street 54 restaurant. According to their reviews, this is the best restaurant in Phnom Penh, the one most popular among wealthy Khmer locals. We had the classics: fish amok, chicken samlor, beef lok lak with some fried banana chips, and beer. The food was good. They let people smoke cigarettes inside at the tables, and lots of them were. It's a no from me. Our last stop was the dessert hawker outside Priya Sisawat High School bus station. I've been here before because it was really close to my apartment. This dessert consists of shredded coconut and peanuts with a touch of condensed milk wrapped in a very thin, I believe lightly pandan flavored coconut milk and rice crepe. And that was it for me for street food in Phnom Penh. Could I have worked harder? Could I have discovered more? Could I have researched everything Anthony Bourdain ever ate in Phnom Penh and went out and found it? Yes. But honestly, my heart wasn't in it after this. I really can't say I was impressed. At least I know where to go if I'm broke. This dinner tour for $85? LOL. On the other hand, maybe I needed to spend that much to feel like I was wasting my money if I didn't eat a fried tarantula. I definitely prefer the higher end, higher quality home cooked sit down restaurants in Phnom Penh. Yeah, catch me at Rovieng. I hope this has given you some perspective if you were planning on checking out the street food in Phnom Penh. And if you have suggestions for better spots, better street food, please write them in the comments below. See you next time.